Good morning, hockey fans. This is Stephen Heisler with HeisHockey.com, the Victorious Hockey Company, and the Junior Hockey Discussion Group on Facebook. You are watching the Junior Hockey Morning Show. Today is Wednesday, August 9th, 2023. You can find us on the World Sports Broadcasting Network, WSBN.TV, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, probably more this morning. Hope that you are enjoying the second Wednesday of August, getting ready to jump into all the preseason camps. Next thing you know, snow's going to start flying in certain parts of the world, and we'll be rocking and rolling into the season. Before getting into today's topic, Tomas, we got a problem. Allegedly, people are talking about me getting arrested for domestic violence. Tommy, this is what we get. Is that if I've been in jail for beating up my wife or anybody else?
No.
I haven't hit anybody, punched anybody of any substance in probably 25 years, maybe 30 years. So, no, have not been arrested for domestic violence or anything else. Just for those that are spreading those kind of rumors, you can talk to us, call me if you want to, talk to my wife. I think, hell, you can talk to my ex-wives. I don't care. Something that's never happened in my world. So there you go. We'll get into that one day if you want to. My kids know better, right? Mm-hmm. So there you go. Today's topic, if I were king, I know what this is about. This is about people in Canada, and I was kind of hard on David Branch here a few weeks ago. No worries. If I were the king of hockey, not. One of the 9 leagues that currently make up the Canadian Junior Hockey League, CJHL, will emerge as only the second absolutely free-to-play league on the continent. I guess we're saying this is for Tier 2 or Tier 1 and Tier 2. We do have the Western Hockey League in Ontario and the Q are free-to-play. And the USHL is free-to-play. But after that, everybody else is paying something. So it absolutely means a United States Hockey League type of structure with every team in the league providing billets and equipment to every player without a fee or tuition. Is that a pipe dream? I don't think so. And the really funny thing is that the league that takes this bold step will also find themselves atop the developmental ladder for Canadian prospects hoping to secure an NCAA opportunity. A lot of kids from Canada go to NCAA hockey and probably going to see a lot more sooner than later. But at the college tracking level, which would be the Canadian Junior Hockey League and the BCHL, none of those leagues have been absolutely free to play. They've had teams, various teams coming along and charging some fees within the league. You tell the guy to go away for like 10 minutes, please. And others are not charging anything at all. In the BCHL, that gulf is huge between Merritt and Penticton. Merritt's charging half a fortune, and Penticton is charging nothing. So the league that steps out from under that platform is the one that's going to absolutely rise to the top of the pool. In the past, the bulk of those opportunities have been gobbled up by prospects from the USHL, North American Hockey League, or BCHL. 85% of all Division I prospects or players are coming out of those three leagues. When the BCHL, with the BCHL stepping out from under the sanctioning umbrella of Hockey Canada, and the high likelihood of up to 4 current Alberta Junior Hockey League teams joining the BCHL in 24-25, few of the remaining leagues have managed to remain free to play. Even the BCHL has a number of clubs that's still trying to collect substantial fees from their players in order to offset expenses. I think it's about maybe 5 teams, 6 teams in the BCHL that are charging players for everything. That issue is also the case for all the leagues in Ontario, Quebec, the Atlantic provinces. The reality is only Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba are in a realistic position to raise the bar to the USHL level. The league that does take that leap will certainly be the logical and most economical alternative to the USHL or major junior levels of play. This is especially true for Canadian prospects. This coffee break brought to you by the Bustelo Coffee Company and the North American Hockey League. I love this cup. It's huge. I drink one of those, I'm good. Probably for 4 hours. Will that league be able to step into the conversation when it comes to consistent development of NCAA Division I hockey prospects? I think so. I think after a while, it won't be overnight, but the league that makes that jump, especially if they're in one of those 3 Central Canadian provinces or Western Canadian provinces, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta. The league that makes that jump, or maybe it might end up being a combination of teams from all 3 leagues. That's a possibility. But that league is an obvious and logical alternative. That league could be where kids go instead of going to the North American Hockey League, especially for hiring prospects. If it is truly and absolutely free, you're not paying for housing, you're really going to get good sticks, you're going to get good equipment, there's no fees, travel's light, that makes a lot of sense. So I have to believe the league that does step up will get into the player pool movement and have a large percentage of their players making the jump to Division I. There may be the need to jettison a few weaker teams in order to establish the concept, and that's to be expected. The same thing is taking place as we speak within the BCHL. The key to that league's success is going to be the commitment to the free-to-play concept across the board. With leagues like the North American Hockey League allowing clubs to make a mockery of standards, this is why I get in trouble, Tommy, right here. This is why they don't like me. The Canadian League needs to hold firm. So when the North American Hockey League allows Kenai River to charge whatever the hell they want to charge for player fees, and we all know it's against the rules, against standards. We all know it's a joke. They can't do that, but they're allowed to continue doing that. We have a problem. And that's going to open up the door to other leagues to come and fill the void. Listen, Mark Frankenfeld, there's a big damn hole in your league. Plug it. I've been one of the biggest fans of the North American Hockey League and biggest supporters of the North American Hockey League for the last 30 years. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. The Canadian league that does this will blow humongous holes into the North American Hockey League. Provide options. You don't have to go to Kenai River. You don't have to go to El Paso. You don't have to go to Danbury. You don't have to go anywhere you don't want to go. You don't like the team that drafts you? Learn to sing "Oh Canada." That's what's coming. There will be some backlash. Always backlash. Some will say that it's completely unfair for the CJHL, the Canadian Junior Hockey League, to allow one league to operate at the free-to-play level while the majority of others cannot. The league should expect heavy resistance from CJHL chairman Robert Mazuka. Remember him? From Sudbury? The big fat guy that smokes like a chain all the time? Always outside smoking. Poor kid, he was frozen. This is a guy that I personally trust about as far as one can toss a 1959 Mercury. That opinion has been cemented for almost a decade. No, I'm not a big Robert Mazuka fan. In fact, I've sent 0 kids to the NLJHL in the last 10 years because of Robert Mazuka. That's an opinion shared by my good friend, Mo Mantha. What Robert Mazuka did to Mo Mantha's team, French River, those kids had to pay a fee for equipment. The equipment never arrived. We're getting into the probably second half of the season, and the kids were tired of it. Hey, where's the stuff that we paid for? So they threatened to not play. Robert Mazuka told the kids, if you don't play, you're not going to play anywhere in Canada for the rest of this season or next season. I'm going to suspend you indefinitely so you can't go anywhere else. Wow, Rob. Why not just tell you the owner to give the kids what they paid for? Nope, we're not doing that. Nuts. The real question is this. Will the league tolerate Mazuka's pile of baloney or step out from under the CJHL and just do their own thing? That remains to be seen. The chess match that is junior hockey on this continent continues. In the end, the players will be the ultimate winners. That's the end goal. The end goal is free agency. The end goal is to stop the practice of drafting amateur players. USHL is probably able to continue doing it. There's not really any dogs in their pony show. Teams are operating at standards. They maintain standards. North American Hockey League drafts are a joke. The 3HL draft is an absolute joke. Let these kids go to the team they want to go to. That will force the other teams to do things the right way. It'll force the remainder of the league to do things to match what the team the players want to go to. Maybe lower roster sizes to 20. And tell teams, you know what, you can only tender as many players as you don't protect. So if you have 20 kids coming back, but you want to bring in 5 new ones, you better lose 5 kids. Go down to 15 and tender 5. Enough of the draft charade. And that's what it is. It's hype and charade. I don't remember ever seeing college teams draft players. Never. It's over. You're not professional. It's not the NHL. The draft is ludicrous. And it literally chases kids out of the league. At the 3HL especially, at the NAHL, we're starting to get to that point. I think the BCHL this year has already chased a number of kids, attracted a number of kids from the NAHL. And we're going to see more of that in the future. So until tomorrow, enjoy your morning coffee and have a great day in hockey.